Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a kingdom in Utopia and also give you some strategies of what good kingdoms are. First things first, you're going to go to utopia-game.com. That'll take you to this website. And you're going to have to sign up if you don't already have an account. You can click on get an account or sign up with Facebook. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Just fill out the information. You're good to go. And then once you get your information, just type in your username and your password or click login with Facebook, and that will take you to this screen. All you got to do is click on this and create a new account or new province. From here, you name your province, name of the province leader, the leader gender, the desired race, and the personality. And you see these little question marks right here. You can click on those and it'll take you to here. It'll give you some information on the races and personalities. We'll get onto that in just a minute. First, let's name your province, and I usually use my normal Decadia. And province leader name, Decade. There we go. Leader gender, male. And now we get into the race and the personality. Now, depending on what you plan on doing, you're going to want to pick a certain type of race and a certain type of personality. Now there's three main strategies in the game of Utopia. There's attacker, there's mage, and there's thief. Now most of it's self-explanatory, i.e. attacker, they just attack. Mages, they're the ones that usually cast spells. They won't do as much attack or as much thievery. And then thieves are the ones that go in, they steal stuff, they also spy. They're the main ones that get you spy on thrones and all that other fun junk. If you've seen my other video on Utopia Angel / Utopia Pimp, then you'll know what I'm talking about there. So first you got to decide what type of player you want to be. So let's quickly go through this. You got the Avian Race. Here are their bonuses, here are their penalties. You can also see their offense and defense of each type of military unit that they have. So with this type of information, avians would probably be an attacker, but not necessarily one of your heavy attackers. You know, they look like they can switch around between attacker and maybe thief. Not really that good at mage, so if you want to be a mage, avian's not the best. Attacker, okay, and as a mage, they're okay as well. Dwarves, on the other hand, dwarves are pretty good attackers. Again, they're not like, I wouldn't necessarily call them the greatest attackers, but they are good attackers. This is one of the reasons why they're quick to build up. Their building construction cost is negative 100%, meaning buildings are free. So that saves you on money that you can use to train your military units here. But the downside is they have plus 50 food consumption, which means you're going to have to build more farms to take care of feeding all these guys. So, you know, that's why I say they're not the greatest attackers in the world, but they're pretty good. Next you have the elf. The elf is the best mage in the game, or one of the best mages in the game, mainly because the plus 50 spell success and then the 1 extra mana per tick. And if you've never played the game before, a tick is every time the game ticks over, which is every hour. Like I said, they're probably mainly used for mages. You can use them to attack, but mainly just mages. Not necessarily great thieves either. You'd think they would be, but not really. Fairies, same thing. Good at mages, not really good at too much else. You can see their spell book is huge. So that one's self-explanatory. Then the halflings. Halflings are definitely your thieves. You know, I'm not going to sit here and go through what each of these mean right now. I might make another video on that later, but halflings definitely a thief. Humans, just like any other RPG game or strategy game, humans are right down the middle. They can be anything. So that's, if you're not sure what you want to be, go human. Can't go wrong. And then you have your orcs and your undead. These two are definitely attackers. Heavy attackers for that matter, because their offensive power is insane. I personally play attacker, and I personally play undead. That's my favorite route to go, mainly because you're immune to the plague. You always carry the plague. You don't need to have farms because undead don't eat. So this is the best way to go. Orcs orcs are at the same power level as far as offense goes. You see the sevens here and their specialty units. Um, they also gain more in battle, but again, you have to feed orcs, and they're not immune to the plague unless you choose one of a certain personality. We'll go over those in a minute. But if you want to be an attacker, definitely these two. If you want to be a thief, these two are your best options. But again, humans, right down the middle, you could be anything with those. Um, you got your mages right here, and then you got attacker slash whatever. I'm not a big fan of avians or dwarves, so sorry if I'm a little prejudiced there. Anyway, moving on to the personalities. This adds on to the bonuses that you have up here with each of these races. And again, it's more specific to how you want to play. Like obviously, if you want to be an attacker, you'd want to go with a war hero, warrior, or cleric, or tactician. But if you want to be an attacker, you wouldn't want to pick sage because none of these bonuses really help you too much. Same with mystic. I mean, none of these would really help you too much as an attacker. So, just go through these and look and see what the bonuses are. And again, I'm not going to go through all of these, maybe in another video, but it's pretty self-explanatory. If you want to be a thief, then click on rogue. You can see they have plus 100% land effective from the Thieves' Den and 1 extra stealth per tick. Plus they have access to all the thievery operations. So, obviously that would be one of the ones to pick if you want to be a thief, but not if you want to be a mage or a warrior, or an attacker, I mean. So, again, pretty self-explanatory there. Now, there are no limits, really. I mean, you can pick any one of these with any one of these and be any type of player. However, to make it easy on yourself, you don't want to be an attacker with a fairy. It just doesn't quite make sense. But again, there are no restrictions, so if you really want to do that, go for it. I'm just trying to give you something that's pretty easy to work with. Alright, so like I said earlier, I prefer to be an undead, and I'm usually a cleric. And then you just hit create. Now see, because I've left the kingdom, the name I've chosen is already in use. Please choose another. So let's just... Decayed Land, there we go, great. And you get to your main screen, and from here, this is where you start figuring out what kingdom you're in. Click on the kingdom. You can see the kingdom name and their banner up here, how many provinces, net worth, all this other fun junk. And again, I'm not going into detail. This was mainly just to show you how to create a province or a kingdom. Here's all this information, and then you can just start doing whatever it is you need to do, and I'll make another video sometime later on strategies, on what you should and shouldn't do for each type of strategy. And again, it's going to be very basic. I'm not going to get into too many details. There's so many forums out there and so many other resources that I shouldn't have to go into too many details. But nonetheless, this is how you create a province. Have fun in the game, and good luck.